Hello, I am coming in live because I am talking about angels today. I get a lot of questions about people's angels and how they can connect with them. So I get a lot of questions about that. And I want to kind of to pop in and talk a little bit about that because I frequently get people saying to me, like, I have no idea how to connect with my angels. I've tried it. It just doesn't work for me. So I wanted to come in here and see if there were people that wanted to come in and kind of talk about this live, because you can absolutely connect with your angels. Angels are accessible to all of us, right? You don't have to. Some people will say to me, I'm just not worthy, or that kind of thing. So you are actually worthy. Everybody can connect with angels. So I wanted to kind of pop in here and kind of give you a little bit of reflection on how that's possible, and kind of talk to you a little bit about how they can show up in your world. So do you know that different angels are represented by different colors? Hey, Megan, thanks for coming in. So each angel is represented by a different color. So if you think about like maybe the 7 archangels, each one of them is represented by one of the colors in the rainbow. So that to me was very helpful. When I figured that out, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense to me, because angels, you would like to think that they would just kind of sit down with you on your bed and say, hey, I'm here today. How are you doing? And, some people do say that they experience that, but quite honestly, that's not how they show up to most of us, right? So when I heard that angels are associated with certain colors, that was really helpful to me, because sometimes, I don't know about if you experience this, you guys can kind of share this with me in the chat. Megan, you can share this with me in your chat. Sometimes I see a flash of color, and you know how that you kind of blink your eyes and you're like, did I really see that? You kind of, hey, Megan. Welcome, come in. Oh, there's 2 Megans. Oh, both of you come in. Both of you are Megans. So Megan, we're talking about angels and colors, and I wanted to kind of introduce you to the 7 major archangels. There's one for each day of the week. So the first one is red. I'm going to go by, kind of order on the rainbow. So the first one is red, and that is Archangel Uriel. And Archangel Uriel usually comes into our field when we need to know something about the bigger picture. Yeah, double trouble. There's two Megans, right? Megan S, or Megan S-M, and then Megan Harris. So Archangel Uriel usually comes when we need to kind of see that maybe there's a bigger picture, right? Because sometimes when things happen, we're like, oh God, people say, why do bad things always happen to me? And sometimes Archangel Uriel shows up to show you, yeah, you might feel like this looks bad, but there might be a bigger picture to this, right? There might be a reason why this is happening to you. So Archangel Uriel is about showing you the bigger picture. The next color is yellow. The color yellow is associated with the Archangel Jophiel, and Archangel Jophiel kind of comes in when he wants you to see the inner beauty of things, or the beauty around you. So when you see a lot of yellow, it's sort of Jophiel kind of telling you that there's beauty find the beauty inside yourself, or the beauty inside nature. And one of the days when I was really focusing on Jophiel, I just sort of, all the yellow in my world just really started to pop out. And that's really what happens when the angels are in your field, guys. You just start to see things that maybe you didn't pay attention to before. Like I was cleaning my barn and mucking my stalls, and on my way to dumping out the wheelbarrow, I just happened to notice the small yellow flowers in my field. I went to dump out you guys have goosebumps? Are you getting experiences like this? So when I went to go dump out my garbage cans, there was a huge yellow butterfly right on the ground next to the garbage can. Right? So that's Jophiel kind of reminding you, hey, I'm in here. I just want you to take a moment to stop and look at the beauty inside yourself and the beauty around you. I just got those same goosebumps. I don't know if you guys are getting that. The next color is green, and green is represented by is a representation of Archangel Raphael. And a lot of people he's one of the more well-known angels. Raphael is one of the angels that you call in for healing, and you can call him in for emotional, spiritual, physical healings. You get white. I'm going to be going to white, Megan. I'll tell you about white in a few minutes. And actually, because I know you, I'll tell you why white is coming up for you. So Raphael does come up a lot for people because he is the angel of healing. The next one is also well known. It's Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is the archangel of strength and holding your power. So you can call on Archangel Michael. He's the one that you usually see with the sword, right? Because he's there to protect us and help us to hold our own energy and to protect our energy. And you can call upon him to do that. He is one of the very well-known angels. A lot of people see him from time to time, more often than the other ones. The next one is purple, and purple is Archangel Zadkiel. And I love Archangel Zadkiel because he comes, I didn't even notice that he was around me today. So Megan says that she's wearing a lot of blue today. So that means sometimes when you wear a color, I'm going to interrupt myself. Sometimes when you wear a lot of a color, it's actually that angel kind of letting you know, hey, I'm around you today. And I can kind of talk about more of those things that we call synchronicities, which is how you really know sometimes when your angels are around you. So when you say angels don't come around me, there are ways for you to know that. And sometimes when you just happen to be wearing a color. All right, so Megan H is wearing blue, Archangel Michael. Megan is wearing purple. So purple is the Archangel Zadkiel, and Archangel Zadkiel comes around when he's about forgiveness, right? So usually when he's around, it means one of two things typically. Either he is saying you need to forgive someone else, or that you need to forgive yourself. So what he's saying is that there are things that are happening that you're not letting go of, and holding on to not forgiving either somebody else or yourself is sort of staying in your energy, and it's keeping you from being able to move on. So if you're wearing purple, then that's probably what's happening, the message that you need to get. Okay, and I can tell you about some of those stories about what I've experienced, and then you can tell me about what you've experienced too. And that way, you know, the angels really are around you, and you would not be aware of it if we didn't have this discussion. The next one is Archangel Gabriel, and this was going to what you were saying, Megan, is white. So Archangel Gabriel, he's the archangel of communication, right? So usually when he is in your energy field, it's because you need to sort of speak your truth. You have a message that you need to put out there, and he's the one that's going to help you to orchestrate that. So when he's around, whether that be in writing or in person, or when you're going to do a Facebook Live and you're like, please, archangels, Gabriel, please come out and help me to be able to communicate what I need to effectively today and help that go well for me. So that's the angel in white. And then the last one is Archangel Shamuel, who is represented by pink. And as you would imagine, pink is associated with love. So self-love, love of other people. Really, archangels, or all the angels really, are really about love. They have unconditional love for us. So when Shamuel comes out, he's the angel that's in charge of love, and sort of he tends to like calm your anxiety. What he's reminding you of is no matter what is going on in your world, the angels love you unconditionally, and he's there to sort of giving you that calming effect. And he really is usually associated with a rose quartz, which is a crystal that is very helpful in helping you to calm yourself. And I'm coming in my draw to share my rose quartz, right? Because this is associated with Archangel Shamuel. So that's a little bit about maybe if you see some colors, you can start to be aware of the fact that if you see a color sort of streak in front of you, that you are actually, maybe you might be seeing an angel, and then, understanding what that color is might help you to understand which archangel is around. And then when you know what they stand for, you can get a better idea of maybe what their message is for you. Okay. The other thing that I want you guys to know is, so Megan's saying that you need to call on them today, right? So what happens is you have yours in your pocket. What do you have in your pocket, Megan? Do you have a rose quartz in your pocket? The rose quartz, yeah. So what happens is sometimes the angels and or the crystals, if you guys believe in this, they sort of will call to you in the morning. So if you have a collection of crystals at home, they know what's going to happen in your day before you do even. So you might be in a situation where you really need the calming force of that particular crystal. And you just kind of notice that you just pick one up and stick it in your pocket for the day, like you just said, Megan H. And when you look back on it later, if you have a rose quartz in your pocket and you just kind of picked it up and you don't know why, it's probably because your angels know that you needed to have that calming force, like you needed the energy of that rose quartz. And that's another way that Archangel Shamuel kind of shows up and reminds you of that. Megan has 3 crystals in her bra. Well, well, that's interesting. So anyway, I kind of wanted to jump on and let you know. And the other piece I want people to know is, because people will say to me, I'm not worthy of angels. They don't show up around me. They absolutely show up around you. They're around all of us. We all have access to them. But the big secret is we need to ask them for their help, right? Because universal law says that we have free will. So they just can't come into our lives and sort of make us do things because we have free will. So we literally have to invoke their help. So we have to say to them, for example, if I'm having a rough day, or if I'm going into a situation where I feel like I'm really having a hard time managing my own energy, I can invoke the energy and the healing of Archangel Michael. Okay, Archangel Michael, come into my energy field today and help and protect me and guide me and hold my strength. Please be my warrior and my protector today. Okay, so that is how you actually have to go out there and know. Hi, Kim. I'm glad I'm helping you get connected with your angels. So I'm actually having some, one of my favorite people is Sunny Dawn Johnston. And I connected with her because she is like the angel guru, and she's really helping me to understand how they're around me. And I want to pass that along to you, because angels are something that I really enjoy talking about. And as I've had them in my own energy field, I've really noticed some synchronicities. Kim, I didn't get to tell you this story today, but I will tell the story because Kim happened to come on. So Kim is, if you see her on here, Kim Goler, who says, it says medium. So she is in my tribe. We were in a group on Tuesday evening, and the person leading the group said, I'm going to put you into a couple of smaller groups so that you guys can do some practice readings on each other. So just whatever comes up. So on that particular day, I was focusing on the energy and bringing in the energy of Archangel Zadkiel, who is the color purple, right? About forgiveness of self or others. So I said, Zadkiel, we're about to go into a little small group of 3 people, and I'm going to ask you to have one of those people that got automatically put into this group randomly with me, have one of those people need to be somebody that needs to hear your message today about love of self, or forgiveness of self or others, to clear their energy. Let one of them need to hear that message today, right? So I invoked him. I asked him to come in. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. Kim, you're going to love this story. So we got put into our small groups, and there were 2 other people in there. It was supposed to be. And I kind of in my head said, okay, which one of them is the one that needs to hear this message? Very quickly, it's you, Megan. Good. Then this is usually whoever, probably everybody who's coming on here today will probably need to benefit from this message, right? So I had the 2 of them in there, and I said, which one of these is the one that probably needs to hear this message? He quickly told me which one it was. So I focused on that person, and I said, hey, I just want to let you know that Archangel Zadkiel is here, and he's here because he's letting me know that you are struggling with some kind of forgiveness of yourself or someone else. And I said, no. And then as I was saying that, he was like, no, it's of herself. And I said, okay, so you did something that you're struggling to forgive yourself for. And because you're not able to let that go, like you feel really badly about it or guilty about it, and it's that all that energy is really holding you down. Like you're not really able to move forward, and it's keeping your vibrations down. Oh my God. So she started crying and said, and first of all, because this was not a reading, by the way, it's just a practice group. So she started crying. And first of all, she was like, oh my God, I wore a purple shirt today. Again, that's not a coincidence, because the archangels already knew that this was going to happen today, right? So it was not a coincidence that she happened to be wearing a purple shirt. He was already in her energy field. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, you guys, right? So then she starts to cry, and then she lets out that she got catfished by one of these scams where, she got on the computer and they had her sharing her bank information and all that. And she felt so horribly. She felt so guilty. She's like, I feel so stupid. And she's like, it happened a month ago. And she's like, I can't get over it. And I can't, like, I can't even believe I'm on the computer today because I'm afraid to do anything. And oh my God, how amazing is that, right? You guys have goosebumps. This is how it works, you guys. When you ask for their help and you invoke them and you say, come in, to help me and allow me to, heal myself or let me know what I need to know today, they will show up. They're not going to necessarily, sit next to you and be like, hey, but these are the little pieces that happen, right? So these are the synchronicities. So that was amazing because she really did need to hear that message that day. And Zadkiel allowed me to be the vehicle of that message. So Sunny Dawn actually wrote a book called Invoking the Archangels. And it's like I think, the 9-step process to healing. And I'm forming a group that is going to run weekly, an hour and a half or so, probably maybe mid-August or so. It's going to be a weekly group to kind of get together and talk about how you're going to invoke your own angels using the process in Sunny Dawn Johnston's book, because a number of you, probably all the people that are on this call right now, have that book, and I want to be able to go over it together because I want to talk about some of these synchronicities. Yeah, Megan, you've been reading it. Megan H, you've been reading it. Kim, I know you've been reading it. I don't know if you have it, Megan M. But it's an amazing book because I feel like it's very concrete, because a lot of people just say, oh, just ask your angels to come in. Like, what does that mean? And how will you actually know? What are the signs that they're actually around? Because they're not in your face. Megan, the name of the book is Invoking Your Archangels by Sunny Dawn Johnston. So when I start to run the group, Sunny is going to be sending me copies of the book. So I'm going to offer it if you're coming in person. You can order it on Amazon, but you can, or also if you're going to be coming to the group live, I'll have it here so that you can buy a copy of it. And then we can kind of talk, when people come in, we can talk about your experiences and some of those synchronicities, because those things that you're like, was this a thing? It's a thing. So I want you to be able to have some assistance in identifying it, helping you to figure out what those synchronicities are, because Kim, we talked about this. We've been learning this for a while. Like, those synchronicities mean something, right? So I want you to be more aware of what those things mean so that you can identify when they're in your field and what they're trying to say to you, and also sometimes to be able to give messages to other people. Okay, so that's what I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about today. Thanks everybody so much for coming on. And hopefully, if you're interested in joining this group, we're going to be using Sunny's book as a guide, and then talking about those synchronicities and sharing them with each other the same way that I just did. Because if you can hear other people's experiences and then you have your experiences validated, then you'll start to be more aware of it. And then you can see how much the angels can really bless you and support you. Universal law says, ask and it is given. So if you ask for their help, they will give it to you. And then we can talk about how you can come to understand that. All right. Oh, Megan, I'd love to have you in the group. All right. Everybody that's in here, thank you so much for showing up and supporting me. You guys have any additional questions before I get off? Because I'll probably do more of these, and then maybe we can start focusing on some of these angels. My angel for today, this is the process that I learned in Sunny's book, is that you focus on a different angel each day. So today is Archangel Jophiel, and I have a bracelet that corresponds with each of the angels. I have a few too many bracelets on, but I wear the angel that I am focusing on for the day. I wear on my left wrist, because your left wrist is actually the receiving wrist for energy. So today I'm wearing the yellow bracelet. You see an angel in my bookcase? Yeah, there's lots of angels back there, and there's also that on that bottom shelf are some grounding and clearing crystals. It's a big old piece of selenite and black tourmaline and that sort of thing. And also there's on the second shelf is that workbook that goes along with Sunny's book. All right. Anybody have any more questions? So come on in, because I'm going to do a lot more focusing on angels, because their synchronicities are amazing. I want to share them with you, and I want to help you to understand how they're showing up for you. You can also use that for other people, but it actually does help to increase your own energy. Guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks so much. This was great. Have a good Thursday, everybody.